Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a meditation reading for you. This is focusing on opportunities for transformation, particularly in your communications, the way that you're learning and communicating with your intimates, the people close by to you. This can be something that you're learning very intimately, something perhaps that you're even teaching or sharing with others. This is about the planet Pluto entering into Aquarius on the 20th of January 2024, and it is conjuncting the Sun in Aquarius. So this is a momentous sort of announcement of Pluto shifting out of Capricorn after 16-year transit. And this is also going to have a real impact on the way forward on your path of destiny, your mission, your service on the planet, active in the first few degrees until the fall. In mid-October to through mid-November, Pluto will be going back into the last degree of Capricorn, and then following November 19th, it will re-enter Aquarius for 20 years. So obviously, this is a generational move. Pluto is considered a transpersonal planet. The outer planets are about social and generational markers. And so this is about the way we are responding and preparing for changes in the world, changes in the social order, in our experience of community, however that is defined. So I welcome all of you that are new, those of you that are familiar, and announce that I'm doing personal readings now. The information for that is in the description box below. And I am also appreciative deeply for all the ways that you support me to do this work that I love. So Scorpio, your overall energy, the Tower. Whenever I get this, I laugh because a Scorpio friend took notes and counted the number of times the Tower came up over a period of 2022, I believe. And this is something that is coming up for all of us. In fact, this is some part of the announcement of the deep internal change that you're experiencing as a result of this. So this is ultimately about blessings in disguise, those unpredictable changes, those changes, as I previously mentioned, in the social order, in the global power dynamic that is having a personal impact on you. And that is all different for all of us. But in part, this is about the way that you understand information, the way that you perceive the world, the way that you share resources with others is very much in recognition, allowing your intuition to really work powerfully for you. In many ways, Pluto in Aquarius is much more consistent with your understanding of the way that change works in the world, so that you understand that unexpected changes, the changes we have no control or power over, are the ones that can impact us beneficially. They can provide the openings and opportunities for us to do things differently. And that's exactly what you're understanding now. You're understanding that this is the doorway into perhaps in some ways a release, even a rejection of the old way, and an opportunity to push innovations and new opportunities, new techniques, new values and beliefs into the mainstream. You may be experiencing a sense of being mainstream as opposed to being an outlier or always representing an alternative. The alternatives are now becoming the options of choice for many. These blessings in disguise help us to realize new pathways that are, in fact, the preferred way to move forward in a world that has different needs and desires from in the past. In the present, we have the Five of Wands. In the past, the Eight of Cups, and in the future, the Empress card. You're absolutely changing the way that you relate to others. You're changing the way that you work with others, most importantly. And I see you turning towards the collective opportunities you have, working in teams with collaborators in a way that continues to be empowering. And I understand this is a consistent message, one that I've repeated over and over. Arguments and debates are no longer reasons for throwing up your hands or giving up. Instead, because of the wisdom that you have gained, the knowledge that you hold, the insight that you're allowing yourself to be guided by, you recognize that working in a more equitable fashion rather than imposing a power structure or hierarchy allows everyone to find and work from a place of strength, of power. It allows everyone to grow in areas where they're not as strong or not as gifted, for instance, so that people can come together with their strengths joined in a goal for a similar outcome. A shared goal is what empowers you to learn together, to take the steps necessary to craft a solution or a way forward. And this allows everyone buy-in and a sense that credit for any successes or victories that you gain, resources that are built, belong to all members of the team. And this is a much more healthy way of acknowledging that there is enough for everyone, that there is no one at the top that is the big winner and the others below win to or lose, or if they don't lose, they win to a much lesser extent. So this is really in many ways based on the idea that there is enough for everyone. And everyone benefits by working together in the best way possible. In the past, you have already moved away from those strong bonds that you have, those strong relationships that have carried you along, that have supported you in many ways, that you may have poured your love into, but you now recognize you've learned as much as you can from many of those relationships. These can be intimate family relationships. They can be worker relationships with some co-workers or collaborators from the past. But there is a challenge, a greater challenge that exists for you that will allow you to come more completely into your creative power that you are taking on. This challenge requires that you leave the safety and the stability of these existing relationships. After all, there is a certain comfort here, even if it doesn't fully empower you to be in your fullest creative sense. And that is, in fact, what you're moving towards. So much of your readings have been focusing on greater, more empowered creative expression, and you're benefiting from that. Beyond, I think primarily the benefit comes from your ease, grace, and ability, liberation in your expression, your creative voice, allowing yourself to imagine, to be productive in accordance with your vision, your gratitude for the skills and talents you have and the opportunities for growth that are all around you, your recognition of abundance in exactly what you have. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card. And Scorpio, if this reading is resonating for you so far, please like this video. Share it with those that may find it useful or enjoyable. Comment below and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the card Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I like that. And I'm also going to pull a card from the Flora and Fauna of Africa by way of some ancestral support here. And I pull the spotted hyena, and the flower associated with this animal is delphinium. And the key word is protection. Trust your intuition and instinct. Watch your surroundings and choose your words carefully. I think this is really important, as I believe the direction of your most intense revelations is around your expressive power. And for many of you, this seems to be relevant to your ability to tell a story, to narrate, to write the lyrics, make the presentation, putting words to your art form or messages implicit in whatever creative act that you are accomplishing now. In the present, the Five of Wands is clarified by the Six of Water and the Five of Earth. The idea that you are balancing your experience of life, that you're fueling your vision of your talents and your capacity, your gifts, through some positive associations from the past, is helping you to address perhaps a long time sense of inadequacy, a sense of not being enough, a sense of being perhaps rejected by your family of origin in some way, or being a little different, a little odd, a little unusual, not feeling as though you truly belong to a family whose love you don't question. However, your originality, your unique vision, your unique voice and talent perhaps is part of what caused this sense of feeling other in your family of origin or throughout your formative experiences. But that sense of talent flow, imaginative wellspring for you that informs whatever gifts you have, is what is reminding you, pulling you through, perhaps throughout your life, depending on where you are, through this sense of being an outsider, through this sense of being eccentric or unusual or unconventional. And it is these beautiful memories, perhaps directly coming from childhood. Perhaps you withheld some of the magic with which you were born, some of the otherworldly entities, perhaps your ancestors or spirit guides actually had a residual impact on your childhood, so that they were a referent for you. They were what guided your sense of comfort, imagination, creativity in the world, and that comforted you in this experience of being different. In the past, the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Page of Air and the Queen of Earth. You are so grounded in your resourcefulness, in your practicality, in your ability to transform what you have into what you need. This quality of always finding what you need to survive, to create comfort, to be stable and secure, to be safe, is really grounding this ability now to open up to new ideas, to open up to new beliefs, to receive new information, the very thing that allows you to recognize the blessing in unexpected experiences, changes, or events that could destabilize you, but instead you're able to open to the possibility, the opportunities that exist here to do things differently, to do things in a way that suits you better. And this is also about challenging your openness to new ideas, challenges the assumptions of others. You're certainly open to challenging your own assumptions, but I sense that you're more experiencing the illumination, the revelation of the truths that are being opened up to you through the sometimes very disastrous changes in the social order that you experience in your community, in things not working out the way that you wanted them to. And that provides you with a doorway to doing something in a different way, providing you an opportunity to try something that you just now see as a possibility. Being anchored in the solid sense of abundance, eternal abundance, this gratitude for the opportunities you have is what makes this possible, makes you willing to step out to meet a challenge that others around you might find intimidating, might find overwhelming, but you are brave, you are in some ways very innocent with your purity around the truth, around your intentionality. So there is this willingness to start at the beginning in some way, to start where everyone else is at. And this is part of what's empowering your ability to communicate effectively with others, to share in a way and in a place where you are trusted. Your sincerity is believed, is valued. In the future, the Empress card is clarified by the 7 of water and the 2 of water. This is beautiful. So there's actually new and deeper connections forming in your life ahead of you. This is because of the deeper connections you've made with yourself, the willingness you've fostered that has enabled you to face down uncomfortable truths, to stand in your difference, and to defend that as coming from a gifted, blessed place, not from a place of threat, but from a place of imaginative creativity, of growth, expansion, of inclusion. And the many options, there are many that would like to have your talents and strengths as a part of their efforts, their endeavors. You may be receiving offers or seeing a lot of options that you know are not all equally beneficial for you. But instead, rather than be overwhelmed by those options, you are clear that these can effectively distract you from where you're going. Where you're going is a much higher sense of connection to your higher potential, your dream self. You're allowing your dreams. You're allowing yourself to receive the higher connections, the deeper relationships, the more connected agreements with others to pursue goals that you share alike. So the possibility of a beautiful relationship or this relationship that you've cultivated within yourself being something that is reflected in all of your relationships, empowering deeper connections for you and a stronger appreciation and validity to your creative voice, your creative presence. This is about telling your story, and it's so familiar to me that I have ended so many of your readings, Scorpio, in the last several months with a similar message. I'm going to finish up with the Language of Flowers Oracle, and I've pulled the Agapanthus. And the words are words of love. Speak with your heart. Thank you for this beautiful reading, Scorpio. Until next time, namaste.